Hi, and thanks for joining us for our ongoing conversations about best practices in digital transformation and manufacturing. My name is Jessica Viden. I'm a team member here at Mountain Point, and I'm joined by Andrew Reiser, our president and co-founder. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, Jess.
Hi. So today we're going to break down step 8 of our 10-step guide to managing a digital transformation project. And that really focuses on talent. So what we're seeing in the world of manufacturing is a lot of new roles are emerging that maybe didn't exist in previous decades. Things like data scientist and marketing automation specialist. And across the board, I think from technicians to factory workers to back office employees, everybody has to have a much higher level of both technological and data literacy than ever before. So Andrew, tell us how those trends are affecting the industry and what manufacturers can do about it.
Yeah, sure. So I think you did a great job of explaining kind of what's going on as it relates to talent. And I think talent, no matter what the industry, is always going to be a driving factor that is on the minds of business leaders. But to your point, there's a new kind of wave in the manufacturing world of the types of talent. So there's a skills gap and shortage for sure, as some of these factory line workers and folks that have more of the blue collar background and experience. But what we're finding is that's being offset by new hardware, new automation, and new technologies. And so while there's still always going to be a need for skilled laborers, we're finding that the manufacturers are also seeking different types of folks. So folks that can help assist with the digital transformations that we're talking about and can help be key players to think about the new world order of new business processes and new digital processes that these manufacturers are encountering. And more importantly, how they can take that and make sense of these new tools and technology. And that's where I'm super intrigued by on the data side. So lots of new roles as it relates to understanding manufacturers' data. So both operational and customer related information around big data.
Yeah. One of the things that I think is interesting is because there is this shift and, it's happened within just the past handful of years. I imagine that these sort of new folks who are showing up in factories across the country, they're probably a little foreign to the folks that have worked in the industry for years. And so how do you build a team that kind of embraces these new team members and the value that they're adding? And how do you communicate why these folks have been hired and why they're on board?
So I think it's an interesting dynamic because a lot of that's change management related, but it's also acknowledging that folks that have been in the industry for such a long amount of time, decades plus, they have a wealth of knowledge. So they understand whether you're talking about the product line and the engineering side and what all has gone into the product and how the product's evolved, to folks that are on the customer service side or on the sales side. It's a wealth of knowledge of decades of experience, not only in the industry, but also in the whatever swim lane it is from a business standpoint. And so that knowledge doesn't easily translate. And so a lot of the tools and technologies that we're talking about, I think, gives an opportunity for the new guard, if you will, that's coming in, that is well versed and mobile in these new digital applications, but they're lacking the industry expertise and knowledge that they don't have the past 30 years of experience of living and breathing in. So I think it's finding that balance of how to not let all that knowledge and industry experience walk out the door through natural attrition or retirements, but really creating a game plan so that as younger talent comes in, that the old guard feels invested in kind of training and handing off that legacy and that information and knowledge. And that can be done in a variety of ways. And so I think when we talk about the change management aspect of these digital transformations, that's definitely a piece of it.
Yeah. And in some ways, it's almost like, you can think about it from sort of an analytics perspective, this benefit of qualitative versus quantitative analytics, right? So you have your new folks who are coming in who are very data driven, who are crunching numbers using spreadsheets and, dynamic programs to really analyze trends. But then you have these people with this, as you said, wealth of knowledge and history that can really give you the on the ground perspective and the real life perspective to enhance and counter that. And I think that that's really valuable to have both sides of it. And so figuring out how those two can really work together and appreciate each other, I think is really important.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Andrew, as always, it's been great to talk to you. For those of you out there listening, if you have a question or an issue you'd like for us to address in future episodes, we'd love to talk about it. Just hit us up online and let us know. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll continue walking step by step through our 10 best practices for digital transformation. Thanks again, and talk to you soon.
Thank you, Jess.